press this button right over here, and it's going to spin this arrow, and it's going to land on a number between 1 and 24. Those correspond to slots in the 2 prize boxes that are camera right up there. The trading cards only go up to 20. The big one goes up to 24. So if we get something outside of the range of 20, we spin again for trading cards. So here we go. Feel free to guess along. Oh, it's nice. No, never mind. Oh, god damn it. I was going to say it's nice and quiet, but it's still all jacked up. So that, if I pin it down, okay. If I pin it down, y'all can see that's in the number 6 zone. So that's going to be 6 for trading cards, and I will set this over here. Inside number 6, we've got premium Popeyes trading cards. 8 cards. He's the... Hang on. I'm not going to address the garage sale sticker first. He's the world's first superhero, and he's back. Was Popeye ever considered a superhero? I just thought he was a sailor who became inexplicably buff. He just got swole when he ate spinach. Spinach doesn't even help you build... There's no protein in spinach. I mean, it's not bad for you. It's definitely good for you. It's really high in fiber. It's really high in some of those vitamins with the weird letters and shit. Like, eating spinach isn't going to kill you. It's going to be a net positive. But he ain't a superhero. He's some guy that's got a butt for a chin and a corncob pipe. I mean, honestly, the pipe is probably counteracting all the benefits of the fucking spinach. This is manufactured by Card Creations, and it is from 1996. Look at that. Read 'em and weep. Hope it doesn't have too much uranium in it. Does spinach contain uranium? Kind of like how bananas contain potassium, and potassium is very minutely radioactive. Is that like... That's like a joke among nuclear physicists, is what the lethal, like, comparing... First of all, the lethal dosage of radiation, how many bananas you would have to consume to get a lethal dose of radiation, which is some obscene number. But then they would like take like what the people at Chernobyl were exposed to and calculate the actual how many bananas of radiation that is. And I'm like, that's funny. That's also kind of fucked up, because like those people literally, like that poor motherfucker. I've seen the HBO show, right? I've seen the dude who like opened up the door to the reactor room and looked right at that reactor. That was some Raiders of the Lost Ark shit, man. His face fucking blew up, okay? Like, now's not the time for bananas. Let's check out the fucking Popeye cards. Alright. This pack is like super, it's like super vacuum sealed. It got like, I don't know. It just like, the cards are almost stuck in here. And I'm trying not to destroy the wrapper, because you guys know I've already made a thing out of it, hanging above Tabitha's art, hanging up there. I got a whole nice thing with all these like trading card wrappers. Popeye's cool. I'm down with Popeye. I used to watch him when I was in like elementary school and preschool and stuff. Popeye's cool. I remember we always used to do the version of the song we would sing, and we would get in trouble in like elementary school. Would be like, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a garbage can. Turn on the heater and burn off my wiener. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Doot doot. And you can't say wiener when you're in first grade, so you get sent to the office. That's all we got. So, they're really upselling the superhero thing here, because this first card is okay forward march, or okay, actually there's no W in forward here, there's an apostrophe, and down here it says Popeye the superhero, and he's carrying the pack mule. And the battalion of soldiers has fallen over? Is there an explanation as to what the hell is going on the back? Popeye is a one-man army. Is a one-man army and supply train, as illustrated in this 1934 daily strip by E.C. Segar. S-E-G-A-R. That's cigar, but not like the kind you smoke. The use of the plop and the fainting fall is a tradition that has been used in the comic strip since Cigar. Oftentimes, the feet, fainting, and plop can convey more expression than a facial expression. I mean, I know that plop is a thing from, like, Brutal Moose's videos. I am gonna woo ya like you never been woon before. And he's picking up olive oil, presumably against her will, saying he's gonna woo her like she's never been wooed before. The 20s, am I right, folks? What does that say? Popeye the Golden Hearted. Had to poop, but only farted. Popeye creator E.C. Cigar often wrote comic strip episodes dealing with Olive's attempts to woo Popeye. Whether it was trying to make the sailor jealous by going out with other suitors or reading books on how to get your man, the results all are always fun. This sequence illustrates Popeye's rather physical wooing technique on his girlfriend. Needless to say, Olive wasn't too grateful after Popeye's efforts to sweep her off her feet. I know what this is. Okay. It's a tank with 1 million turrets coming out of it. And I was curious because down here it says Popeye's magnificent muscles. And this is actually a close-up. Okay, it was a running gag in the cartoon, and I presume the comic strips that every time Popeye would flex and do that, after he'd eat the spinach, he'd flex and like his biceps would get biceps, and those would get littler biceps, and it'd be super strong like that. But sometimes he would like go like this, and his biceps would flex, and there'd be like a picture of a battleship or like something like that. So this must be him flexing, and inside this tumorous growth on his arm, there's just a giant tank with at least 7 different turrets on it. Probably 11 if there's 4 on the side that we can't see. So basically, when you absolutely, positively have to kill every motherfucker in the room, Popeye's your man. Popeye and his magnificent muscles. But I tell you what, you talk about magnificent muscles, just look down there in the bottom of the screen, folks. That's muscles right there. You want to talk about being swole? Popeye flexes and he gets 1 tank. This dude flexes, he gets a whole battalion. There's a whole convoy in there, right? You know what I'm saying? He flexes like this, and you got the biceps, you got the triceps, you got the delts, you got the glutes. Everything turns into a gun whenever muscles flexes. He becomes a gun. He's like that transformer that turns into a gun. What's its name? Star shoot? Fuck it. Oh my god, what the hell is... What is this? Okay. It's clearly the comic book equivalent of a smear frame. You gonna focus? No? We gotta zoom. We gotta learn. I learned this in TV. You gotta get all the way in. So this is a big buffoon type fellow saying, "Ring neck like chicken, you be dead now." That almost sounds a little bit culturally insensitive the way that's worded, given this gentleman's skin tone. Here's another one of I guess presumably Popeye trying to do some science here. This looks like the generic... Oh, hang on, kind of lost focus. This looks like the generic 30s to 50s, what we thought the future was going to look like type thing. The kind of weird gizmos and gadgets. It's kind of hard to see because it's black on purple, but basically it looks like he's standing in front of Marvin the Martian's like garage. And yeah, and this is... In a 1938 Sunday page, Poop Deck Pappy, no relation to Pooptown Jones, pretended to be Popeye to woo Olive Oyl as a gag. In 1939, Wimpy dressed up as Popeye to mooch a hamburger dinner from Olive. Still another Popeye double appeared in the 1960 cartoon, Seeing Double, produced by Gene Deitch. In this film, Crooks built a bulletproof robotic super Popeye that caused havoc until the real sailor stopped it. Popeye was awarded $10,000 for stopping the crooks, which he spent on a fur stole for Olive. Fur stole, S-T-O-L-E. Shouldn't that be coat or something? I don't even know what this is. So this must be robot Popeye, and I guess maybe these weird rockets coming out of his nipples are an indication for that. Oh my God, we've got more. This one looks horrifying because it's red. more magnificent muscles. These are, I guess these are turbines of some sort. That's horrifying because they're red. That's the reason why they look awful, is because they're red. Yeah, when he ate the strength giver, powerful turbines appeared in Popeye's muscle, which allowed him to trounce Sinbad. That's Sinbad with an extra. There's 2 D's in it, not just Sinbad. It's Sinbad as the bad guy there. So this was actually, this says on this card, this was the first time audiences would get to see Popeye's muscle in color, was the 1936 cartoon Popeye Meets Sinbad. So that's what this is from. So the first time that they had the opportunity to do something in color, they chose something that looked like fucking blood and sinew from, like, far away. Nice work. You couldn't have gone with, like, the blue battleships and the tanks the first time to kind of drive the joke home. You went straight to something that's, like, crimson colored. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this card. I'm gonna show y'all this card, okay? And you guys need to realize, is there a year on the back of this one? Because I don't see one. Okay, this is 1942, okay? 1942. Fucking hell. I wasn't expecting the stream to go this direction. So, I'm going to focus on this first before we get... So, Popeye is in trouble, and Olive Oil's trying to help out. And it's not... We almost had a focus there. Popeye, I found a fly swatter and a can of spinach. Spinach? So Popeye is excited because he's in trouble because he's surrounded by Asian people. And good God, is that a terrible caricature of just Asian people in general, I guess. I don't even know if I should read the back of this. I'm afraid of what it says. Y'all, Popeye people, this was 1996 when they decided to reprint all these. Y'all couldn't have picked some better ones. Y'all know we put some of those guys in internment camps, right? Like in our own on our own soil. And you still think that this is that's cool to you're gonna reprint that one. You're not just gonna, like, this next one is Popeye surrounded by a couple of goofy big fuzzy alien monsters. More of this, okay? Unless it says on the back this is Popeye in Africa. Please, for the love of God. I mean, it's kind of like those ones where, I mean, that's the thing is I'm harping on Popeye for this, right? I'm harping on Popeye for this. But at the time, this was acceptable. This was also the time when people did the Mammy style cartoons where it was kind of blackface with the big lips, and there was the Donald Duck Nazi cartoon that Walt Disney Company has tried to kick under the rug. Like, it's not just the Popeye guys that made things that did not age well. Everybody did. That doesn't make it okay. That just means that they're not the only ones who did it. So, when it comes time to pick my favorite card, that one's going to be an automatic loss. So, let's just go ahead, and I feel like this one's probably also a little bit culturally insensitive, so that one's also going to be an automatic no. That's a disqualification on the grounds of it's 2020, that shit's not acceptable anymore. Should have been disqualification on the grounds of it's 1996, that shit's not acceptable anymore, right? Like, just because Bill Clinton's getting head in office doesn't mean you can reprint this shit and be like, oh yeah, you get a pass, don't worry. That's... Of these, I think Popeye's strong-arming olive oil is probably also not something good. I don't understand the one with him carrying the pack mule and the whole army falls over, and the plop. I guess I'm not a big enough Popeye fan to understand the significance of the plop, so that one's going to be a big no. In terms of the muscles, this one looks too much like blood and guts. I don't like it, even though I know it's supposed to be turbines. So that leaves us with these 3. And this one is actually not that bad of a picture of Popeye, but it's actually not Popeye, it's evil robot Popeye, who just so happens to look exactly like Popeye. And then this one down here is very typical, style of monster from the 40s and 50s you'd see in those cartoons. And then this one up top is Popeye flexing, and he's got a big blue tank inside of his muscle. And I think of these three, if I had to pick a favorite, even though it looks weird, I'm gonna go with the tank muscle, just because when you think about Popeye the Sailor, you think about him being super strong. He eats the spinach, right? He's getting beaten up. Whatever. He's got whoever it is, Bluto, the abominable snow monster, whatever it is, beating him up, dragging him through the mud, and then all of a sudden, just out of desperation, he gets that spinach. He squeezes the can and he eats the whole thing without taking his pipe out of his mouth somehow. Or sometimes he squeezes the spinach into the pipe and eats it through the pipe. I don't know how the hell that works. And then he gets he gets powered up. You're like, oh fuck yeah, he's about to kick some ass. And whenever he flexes his muscles, they would always do something goofy. So whenever he flexes his biceps and there's like a tank inside of it, like this epitomizes Popeye to me. Like this goofy picture. When I think of Popeye, I think of the ridiculous jokes about strength and a tank with a million different gun turrets coming out of it inside one of his muscles. Is the quintessential. That's like the definition of Popeye the Sailor Man to me. That's what I always associate with him. So that's going to be my favorite out of the bunch. And if I had to pick a close second, it'd probably be the one with the abominable snow monsters, just because I really kind of appreciate that style of artwork from animation history. It's very of the era. It came and went, and you just don't really see stuff like that anymore. So that one I also have a soft spot for. And then, like I said, this one's actually just a decent drawing of Popeye, but it's not Popeye, it's the robot Popeye, so I'm not too enthused about that. And as for the disqualification cards, the less it's said about those, the better, I think. Hang on. So Dr. Surgeon Guy says, checking out the Popeye wiki, which Dr. Surgeon Guy, I believe, is the person who always informs me that there is a wiki for everything. You found out what Sweet Pea's actual name is. Popeye and Olive Oyl find Sweet Pea, the baby, and they name her. But her actual name is Schooner Seawall, Georgia, Washington, Christopher, Columbia, Daniel Boom. It just rolls right off the tongue. No wonder they call her Sweet Pea. Alright, so those are Popeye trading cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with the DQ cards. I think I might give those to somebody I know who votes for Trump. He'll probably think they're funny. So I'll set those aside. Draco throwing shade tonight. I don't know what's up with that. What happened? Let's make... Nope, there it goes. It stopped. Alright, here we go. That has landed on number 8. That is the Ocho. Is there something in there? Okay, good. Because I keep forgetting. Sometimes I don't remember to put things back in there when I'm done. Let's see what we got inside slot number 8. These are actually pretty cool. We have inside slot number 8 is something we've actually unboxed before many years ago, and I remember these being pretty neat. And I've had this pack of cards since the last time we unboxed these, which literally was half a decade ago at least, because it was in my old apartment. So what I have is Hunchback of Notre Dame trading cards. Now I know people are like, I don't fucking care about that movie. That was stupid. That was during that second dark age of Disney where they made this. And they made Hercules, and they made Treasure Planet, and like nobody saw any of these movies. They didn't do too well in theaters. I think Mulan happened during this time, and even that one kind of struggled. I think Pocahontas also came out, and that one, I don't remember how Pocahontas did in the box office, but Pocahontas is becoming like Disney's second song of the South because of, I don't really need to spell that one out. But Pocahontas was good, Mulan was good, Treasure Planet was good, but they all bombed at the box office. People just, audiences seemed to just not really enjoy them. So a lot of the merchandise for those things was just also kind of lackluster and stupid. Shout outs to that John Smith mug that PVC nasty John Smith mug that I found at that shady 99-cent store that we put we'd squirted lotion all over. It was so gross. Like, the PVC was leaching out all of its plasticizers, and it felt sticky, and it was dirty and gross, but... Anyways, Hunchback of Notre Dame fell into that same category of movies that people just don't really remember. But you get 11 cards in each pack, and there's a lot. It says 11 cards including 1 finger puppet, 2 coloring cards, 1 pop-out, and more. So I remember when we opened these, it was full of, like, all sorts of crazy shit. Like, of course you had your stills and screenshots from the movie, which I have seen exactly once. I think I saw it at the Dollar Cinema when it came out. I've never seen it since then. But I remember buying these cards, and we unboxed some of them, and I'm like, yeah, these are probably going to be stupid. And I remember opening them up, and I'm like, holy shit, I was blown away by all the... just how creative what's in the package was. So we're going to get into that. This appears to be some kind of weird new old stock, because that's not an original barcode. Can I even... it's covering up the text. Hang on, I can't... oh, man. Well, it's basically telling you if you want your own official collector's album, which was something that every trading card set had to do. You had to offer a glorified binder. Oh, man. It doesn't say... fuck, I can't see how much it is. The stupid sticker's covering it up. How much is Disney asking? Let me try. I'm trying to peel this back. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm getting all this filthy, weird barcode toner under my fingernail now. Hang on, sorry. I'm trying to. Okay. Had to peel it back. Right there. $13.99 for your own thing. You had until January 30th, 1997 to get your orders in, though. So, unfortunately, yeah, I had to look at my calendar. It's too late. You can't get them anymore. All right, so odds of finding pop-out cards, finger puppet cards, topsy-turvy cards, coin cards, build-a-tower cards are 1 in every pack. So there you go. All of these special cards, 1 in every pack. And coloring cards are 2 in every pack. Stated odds reflect average of entire production run. The average likelihood of you getting one of the aforementioned cards is 100%. Except in the case of the coloring cards, where the average is 200%. Dr. Surgeon Guy, you've actually looked up... you've looked up the price of a sealed booster pack of this on eBay, and they're going for $2.99 a piece. So it goes to show you, I mean, I guess collectors have come back around. I know Disney collectors are fucking insane. Because I like Robin Hood, and if you try looking at, like, Robin Hood merchandise on eBay, holy shit, you know, I don't got that kind of money. I don't got Disney money. Like, I don't know what Disney is, but I feel like Walt wouldn't be. No, he probably would. Fuck him. Anyways, let's... oh, wait, hang on. On Amazon, you said $2.99, but on eBay, box of 48 packs of Hunchback of Notre Dame cards. The box is $5.99. So I guess, hang on, that must have been a scalper trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes looking for just one pack, like some YouTuber who's like, all right, guys, check it out. We've got this. We're going to see what kind of things we get. We're going to see what kind of pulls we get. We're going to get into that. Before we do that, I want you to give this video a like. I want you to remember to subscribe if you like this kind of content. Let's get a like for Quasimodo, man. Motherfucker's got a hunch in his back. Let's get a like for Quasimodo. And be sure to click that bell, because that motherfucker lives in the bell tower. So ring that bell just like Quasi does. Wrap your hands around that fucking rope and yank down on that and click that bell. Anyways, before I do that, I want to mention my sponsor for this video. Oh, I'll stop doing it. I'll stop doing it. Card 45. If I flip it over, is it a... what the hell? Hang on. Okay, there we... uh-oh. Oh no! Disney, you've done it again! Do we have another Lion King situation on our hands? Oh no. Oh no.
these might have gotten stuck together with the card behind it, because it looks like... I don't know, it's hard to tell, but there's like a weird divot in the card right here. Hang on, whoop. There we go. There's like a weird divot in the card right here where it's like if there was a sorting machine, it may have snagged this card and the one underneath it, if I look. Yeah, because these were stacked face to face. So this is the other card, and it's kind of hard to tell, but there is a divot right here as well. So I'm assuming that the machine. We'll count the cards when we're done. We'll see there's actually 12 cards in the pack, because if there's 12, that'll prove my theory. But otherwise, I'm hoping we don't get a bunch of duplicates again. You know, this guy. He's clearly the focal point of whatever's going on here. And thankfully, I saw the picture underneath it. It's not another thing. Frightened. That's an emotion. But the cheerful mood doesn't last long. When the crowd realizes Quasimodo's face is not a mask, the crowd turns against him. Frightened, Quasimodo doesn't know what to do or where to turn.
That's right, because they don't know that he lives in the bell tower. And when they see him, it's like take off the mask, and then it's like the Scooby-Doo where on Zombie Island where Shaggy's like it's not a mask, you guys. And then some of the people turn into cats. That was a weird fucking movie. Well, here's one of the gargoyles. Not one of the gargoyles. This is the gargoyle from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is Victor. And if we look on the back, unlike the bad boy, Hugo, Victor is a formal conservative type, who appeals to Quasimodo's sense of what's right. Victor's extra careful nature, combined with a know-it-all attitude, sometimes drives his fellow gargoyles crazy. Deep down, though, they know Victor's okay, except when he's telling them what to do.
Anyways, these are the do-it-yourself coloring cards. And this gargoyle, I mean, depending on how you want to color this guy, you can basically make it so that he's showing underboob. So if you were to color his upper half like he's wearing a cut-off t-shirt, could be a fat dude. A fat middle-aged dude with showing underboob is what we can go with here. And on the backs of these, it actually tells you the characters and kind of gives you some ideas for what the colors should be. This is, of course, Esmeralda. You can do a card trick. Check this out. I learned this one from watching a lot of YouTube videos. You say, is this your card? Then you go like that, and it's like, whoa, I colored it! Y'all didn't even see that. And then I go like that again, and it's like not colored. And I go like that again, and now it is colored. This one, I think this is actually a bit of a duplicate. I think we had one like this, because this one is, you can kind of see there's a perforation in the jester, and what you're supposed to do with these is you're supposed to break it along the line, and then it's basically exquisite corpse. That's what it's called. You can mix the two halves together and do your own thing. They don't always necessarily line up, but that's what you can do. You can make your own mixed up characters, and then of course on the back there's another character back there, so it is printed, so if you popped them out you would have basically two choices per card, which I thought was cool. I'm not gonna rip them apart because I don't think we have any other of these cards in the thing, and there's no point in separating them and tearing them apart, so I'll set that one aside. And then over here is clearly a piece of a picture. This must be a sticker of some sort, and then the back of the sticker usually has a mini poster that you can make, or if there's like 9 stickers and you put them all inside of a binder or whatever, you can flip them over and it'll make a picture in your binder. Otherwise, it looks like a still from a Pink Floyd music video. Oh no, this is the Build a Tower thing! Oh! Holy shit, let's look at this. So, collect all 8 Build a Tower cards. That's how you're supposed to do it. And they have, you can see these joints down here are labeled G, D, and F, and whatnot. So there's these little cuts in the card, and you're supposed to stack them and connect them all together. So this is 80. So this is the one that goes, like, kind of right in the middle over here. And then 78 and 76 go above it. So this, if you do it right, this would be the Notre Dame Cathedral from the movie. And it says down here, the Notre Dame Cathedral is a magnificent example of Gothic architecture that took nearly 100 years to complete. If they printed this card today, they'd have to put that one in past tense. We're never going to know what that looks like, unfortunately, because I don't have all the cards, and I don't have enough of these packs to do it. But here's another one. So this is the coin card they were talking about. You're supposed to punch these coins out. They're all, you can tell from they're perforated. And there's also a place to put a hole there. You can punch out the coins and use them as play money, or string them together with a piece of string to make a necklace, a bracelet, or a belt like Esmeralda. And you can see down here on her sash, she's got little coin, a little bit of jingle jangle. So we got a shooting star, we got a D, and we got a juggling jester here. I don't know the currency conversions to USD for this, but I'm not sure. And then on the back, we didn't get a goat card that I'm aware of yet, but we did get. I mean, he is on the obverse of the coin that says D, so there is one of those. And again, like the others, I'm not going to punch these out because I really... It's kind of like when we did the Nicktoons trading cards, and there was the one where you're supposed to punch out Pork Chop's lower half and then stick a pencil through it and twist it around and make it look like he's dancing. I don't want to fuck up the cards. It's just, they're little coins. That's what it turns into. These things are never going to replace... Where is he? There he is. These things are never going to replace the Pepsi Wizard, okay? The Pepsi Wizard knows all. So we have no need for more novelty coins here on GatorBox, unfortunately. But one thing I will mess with, let me flip that down over there so that we don't mess with that. I think this is a pop-up card. This is a really Monka-S moment. Hang on. I heard a subscription go off. One sec. Wait, something's not right? Is there a... Okay, what... Maybe I need to read the directions here. Punch out each figure, leaving figure attached to A. Fold card back at B and C. Insert slots D and E together. Okay, at B and C. Behind panel F with panel G. So that goes like that, but this... I can see how it might supposed to work. Is there a... Okay, there is a hinge there. I was like, okay, that didn't make any sense to me. Let me do this, and we'll do the sub in a second. Hang on. I don't want to fuck this up. I'm trying very hard not to damage the card, because, again, once you can unpop it and make it lay flat, and it'll, Oh, son of a bitch. Hang on, let me look at this. So... That's what it looks like when you pop it out. That's Esmeralda, and then this acts as the base. So you put it down, and you have a nice little pop-up figurine. That's really it. Then, when you have other ones, I guess you have little paper dolls you can play with, or little things you can put on display. But, like I said, so far, in terms of what we got, you have a thing that's like a little pop-up card. It comes with some pop-out coins that you can play with. It gave you a couple of coloring cards, which they're kind of hokey and goofy, but in terms of, stuff for kids to do, that's neat. If you collect all of these, you can build a tower. If you pop these apart, you can connect them to other pieces and, mix and match your own characters. So, like I said, the first time we opened one of these packs, it blew my mind because of how much different stuff was in here. All right, we got one card left, and I think this is the finger puppet card. It's the Jester, who's the master of ceremonies at the Festival of Fools. I learned that from reading the backs of these cards. I did not remember that from the movie. I didn't even remember. I knew Quasimodo, okay? Didn't even know Esmeralda's name. I had to look at the card for that. But essentially, the main reason I'm not popping this out is because this is for a child, and my hands are way too fucking big. But essentially, you pop this part out, and then you can see down here there's a couple of lines, and these are already pre-cut. And basically, you bend the character part of the card out, and then you bend that part in, and you can fit your finger through it, and then you have a little guy that you can wave around and, put 4 on your finger and make them all fight or something. I'm not sure. But, like I said, then you get a finger puppet on top of all that. So you have all these different cards that do all these different things.
And that's really cool, because you just don't see... Usually you buy a pack of trading cards, you get 6 stills from the movie, and then maybe a checklist card. And sometimes, when it says 6 cards per pack, sometimes those assholes have the audacity to count the checklist card as one of the 6 cards, and that ain't right. So, with this one, I mean, they really went all out, and they gave you a bunch of objectively neat things, which I think is cool. You didn't see this a lot. The Lion King cards we got had a lot of interesting things. They had coloring cards. They had pop-up cards. They also gave you a lot of dupes, if I remember correctly. And I think we opened up cards from Aladdin, and we got quite a few. It was a very substantial pack. And those had coloring cards. I think those had a couple of pop-out cards. Those had some other special ones with it as well. So, whenever Disney made trading cards from back in the day, I kind of wisened up to the fact that they really knew what they were, doing. Dr. Surgeon Guy says he's tried to look, and he couldn't find a completed tower card thing. He did like a Google image search thing, I guess, and couldn't find what this looks like assembled. I guess if I had all the cards, we could be the first, but I'll have to dig through the other pack because I keep everything we open on the show. Some of it just winds up in storage, so I'll have to see what ones we have. We've only opened 2 packs, so I don't know where to get the rest of these. Might check for a lot on eBay or something and buy it, and only for these cards. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. All right, let me do one thing real quick. Let me count these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Well, I was thinking we got 2 of these because the sorting machine jammed up and they got stuck together. But no, there is only 11 cards in here, so we did straight up get another case of the Disney dupes, the Disney double, Disney doing you dirty. So if I had to pick a favorite, I mean, this one's kind of tricky for me because a lot of these cards, they're not cards. They're either puzzle pieces or they're toys to some degree that are meant to be interacted with. So, you know, the coloring cards, I feel like these don't count because, again, you're supposed to color them, so it's just the line out of the characters. So there's a lot of cards that just get invalidated, you know, like the tower card. By itself, I'm like, if I had the other 7 or 8 that go with it and we could build the tower, well, that'd be really cool. But going by the ones that are here, I guess objectively, the Esmeralda pop-up card is pretty neat, but that's also ostensibly a toy card, so I probably shouldn't count that. I'm just gonna have to say that the Victor card is my favorite one out of the set because it's the only non-toy card that I like. These other ones, I mean, this dude is really goofy looking, and then this is the same card twice. It's also damaged because the printing they were pressed together face to face, and the glossy print like stuck to itself. So I like Victor. That's gonna be Victor's the Victor. That's who it is. That Fandramon made that joke in chat the second I looked over to read chat, so there we go. But yeah, I mean, that said, even though I really only had, you know, kind of slim pickings for, you know, to choose a favorite from, I like the idea of everything else. I like the finger puppets, I like the pop-up thing. If I was a kid and I like really liked this movie, I would have gone nuts for this shit, because you get the color stuff, you get play money, you get pop-up stuff, you get a finger puppet. If you get enough of these, you can build a damn castle, you can take these apart and mix and match with other guys. I mean, there's all sorts of shit to do. And yeah, you know, if you're young at heart, there's still lots of shit to do. I mean, I didn't want to foul these up too much because I still have a collection of things going, and I give out cards to people whenever I see them and things like that. So I like to kind of keep an inventory of things, of like mementos of the stream, so I can use them to make things with. But yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame trading cards. Apparently, you can still find new old stock of these relatively cheap, according to what chat told me. So, I mean, it's worth checking out, even if you only get a couple packs. If you don't want to, if you only get individual packs, you're going to spend a lot more. Buy a box of them, and maybe you'll get enough to build the Notre Dame tower, and then you can douse it in lighter fluid and set it on fire. There, I'll make that joke again. Yay, insensitivity! Hey, it's quiet this time. That's nice. Alright. Whoop, 19! Did anybody guess? 19. Mr. Inflammable, you guessed 18. Gatorbox fan 16, so
Mr. Inflammable was closest this week with 19, but unfortunately that's close but no cigar. You don't get the brag for being close. Let's see what's inside 19. Oh god damn it. Oh well. We've actually opened these trading cards, or we've opened packs of these trading cards on the stream before, and I've got to say we had a pretty good time doing so, which is the reason why I have more of them, and the reason why more of them immediately made it back into the prize box after the first time we did it. They are Laffs. If I focus on this is purely for the YouTube thumbnail, if I can get that. Just focus on this, please. That's good enough. I hate you. I hate this camera sometimes. So these are trading cards based off of 3 sitcoms that were produced by Larimar Television in the early 90s. They are Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, and Full House. Obviously, the chase cards here are Family Matters and Full House. I didn't really watch a lot of Perfect Strangers growing up. I tend to not really know a whole lot of stuff about that show, but I tell you what, Family Matters, when we got Urkel cards last time, we not only got an Urkel character card, we also got a Jaleel White actor card, like a cast card. We hit both, and I couldn't pick a favorite. I'm like, oh fuck, god damn it. And then it got even worse because we opened up the Full House cards and we got like Dave Coulier as like a cast card. I'm like, all of these are just so bad that they're wonderful. And we had to get more of them. We had to get more of them. Gilgatex TGIF, damn right, there it is. All right, Wave Cube. Oh no, not these cards again. You take that back. These are good cards. So. These were from 1991, as it says on the back, and they don't have any checklist cards in the packs. You could actually write to them, to their post office box, and get a free trading card checklist sent back to you. And they also had a collector's album, which would run you $14.99. That the postage and handling is included in that price. But for $14.99, you could get an empty collector's album to put all of your Laffs cards in. Unfortunately, if you guys wanted to hop on that offer, that expired March 31st, 1992. So, y'all gonna need to get a time machine. If you go back to 1992, go get some of those heavy metal tattoos while you're at the store. Really, and then bring them back with you to the future and give them to me. Send them to the GatorBox post office box. Here we go. Unfortunately, I can see the first card inside the pack is Perfect Strangers, so I know we're gonna blow right through that one. God, what did they stick in there? Okay. This is a scene from Perfect Strangers. I couldn't tell you who either of these people are. They're perfect strangers to me, I guess, in that regard. So there's a joke. This one is titled, I Saw This on TV. And is this the thing where, like... No, because people did that in science class with a stool. That thing where, like, if you bend over at the waist, like, don't bend your back. If you bend over at the waist and, like, get the stool, and then you try to bend back up, like, for some reason that you can't do it, like, your spine, like, your body forgets how to stand back up. I don't remember that thing, but that was something people did, just as, you know, just to pass time or whatever. The teacher showed you that and be like, hey, am I cool yet? And I'm like, no, bring in the TV with Bill Nye the Science Guy, then you're cool. Also, there are 2 packs of these, by the way, because there's only 6 cards in a pack, and usually when we open a pack, it's like 9 or 10, so we double up on the Laffs. Unfortunately, Perfect Strangers doesn't seem to be able to double up on Laffs on its own, because who fucking cares? Who remembers that show? Nobody does. Don't tell me you do in the comments, because you're lying to me. You don't. That show never existed. This is a Mandela effect, okay? This show does not exist in our universe, as far as I know. So here's one from Family Matters. This is Rachel's Place. This must also be an episode-specific card. Rachel hunts through the Help Wanted ads for a job after deciding that her career as a novelist has gone nowhere. Well, what a surprise. But after Steve Urkel accidentally burns down a local hamburger joint, he comes up with a plan for Rachel to buy the place. And so the hottest new teen hangout in town becomes Rachel's Place.
I love that. Like, that's even when you read the backs of these cards, Steve Urkel just shows up and fucking ruins everything, right? Here's one from Full House. This is Tanner's Island. I'm pretty sure that's a shark fin. That doesn't look like a dolphin to me, so jury's out. I think that is Candace Cameron. What was her name in the show? What was her character? That's the thing, is I remember the names of the actors better than I remember the names of the characters they played, because to be honest, I mean, I watched Family Matters and Full House, but it was because even back then it was like the least objectionable programming. I don't think anybody has fond memories of Full House, right? You say Full House to somebody and they either go, "You got it, dude," or, you know, they say, "Cut it out," or they'll just say, "You motherfucker, that theme song is stuck in my head now." And that's really, those are the only three responses to Full House. No, it is a dolphin. Here we go. Here we got Carl. And we got Urkel facing each other down. God damn, Jaleel White was a little guy back then. And what's our last one? Oh, here we go. Michelle and Comet, which I think is just this is a picture from the show that's being repurposed as like a cast photo. Well, technically this would be a character card, because we got one for Steve Urkel last time. So this is one of the Olsen twins. That's either Mary-Kate or Ashley. I'm sure there are people out there who could tell them apart just from looking at pictures of them from back then. Those are not people who I want to know. Did they ever cast like two dogs for like Comet? Did they ever do that? Because I know they had I know all those sitcoms back then, they always hired twins to get around like child labor laws, because you could only make a kid work on set for so long before you had to like not, because it was like a union thing, it was like a Screen Actors Guild thing. So you hire twins, and some fucking grubby producers like, "They look the same, just give them each half of the script and we can get twice the work done. That'll show those fucking union." So that's the reason why they did twins. Full House did that twice, because there were two little boys as well that played a character in the show. So but I don't think animals have that same protection. So I don't know if they ever had like two dogs. That's like Air Bud, right? Like at some point they had to get a new Air Bud when they kept making those movies, because they didn't keep using the same dog. They had to have multiple Air Buds, both in the movie to train, because you can't train a dog to do that many specific tricks with a basketball. You have one dog that can jump up and hit it with his nose. You got one dog that can, like, you know, fake dribble it by kicking it down the court. You can't teach one dog that many tricks. So there's multiple buddies. Buddy was also known for playing the title character in Air Bud and was featured in the episode Air Jesse. And wait, so the Air Bud dog, you shitting me? You telling me the Air Bud dog was in Full House? No, he wasn't. That's bullshit. That's not, are you kidding me? Is this Air Bud? Is this him in the picture? I was joking. I'm being real. Now I'm being real. Is this Air Bud? I'm looking on the bag. It's not going to tell me who these damn dogs are. Alright, let's open up the second pack of Laffs cards. Maybe we'll get some laughs, and we won't get depressing news about how that actually is the dog from Air Bud. P.S. I mean, of course the dog from Air Bud is dead now, okay? Like, it's been 25 years since the goddamn movie came out. Of course the dog is dead. Every dog you've ever seen in a sitcom from the 90s or a movie from the 90s is dead now. It has to be. Even Rin Tin Tin, even Balto, right? All those dogs, even the animated ones, they're fucking dead. So, I mean, reality sucks sometimes, but wasn't expecting it to go there. Anyways, here's John Stamos, or as he's known in the show, Jesse Katsopoulos. Didn't realize his character had a last name, to be honest. I think he's just there he is. Uncle Jesse, who's technically not anyone's uncle in the show. Kind of weird. Hey, well, here's Bulky. Bulky Bartokamus? Is that how you say that name? Unfortunately, there's two people photographed here. The one on the left looks like Tony Hawk. The one on the right looks like Phil Collins with hair. So I'm not sure which one is actually Bulky, but Those guys look really zany. They look like they could be some perfect strangers. If the title of the show means anything. Bulky's the one on the left. The one that looks like Tony Hawk. He's pretty cool then. He's wearing a... What's he wearing? He's wearing a coat that has like tassels around the front. It's like, so it's more like a robe kind of thing. I don't know. Here we go. Now we have Darius Mccrary, which holy shit, that was a loud alert. My God, I gotta turn that TV. Darius, you scared me. Here's John Stamos again, except this one's actually John Stamos. Have mercy. And we have another Steve Urkel card underneath that, wearing a. He's wearing a T-shirt. I'm sorry. Can we zoom in on this? We've got Steve Urkel wearing a shirt that I have definitely seen before, but can't quite put my finger on where. Anyways, that's a dupe because I know we've gotten one of those before, or we have a Urkel card from somewhere, and then we have Phil Collins. So now comes the time when we get to pick our favorite ones, and I'm gonna have to automatically say I never watched Perfect Strangers, so all of the blue cards are just instantly disqualified. So those automatically go in the no pile. And now I'm just gonna group them by color, okay? So we have Family Matters on the left, we have Full House on the right. This is gonna be like, okay, first of all, let's go ahead and single out the ones that are like really easy, like not in my favorites. The one of Rachel reading the newspaper, I don't have really any attachment to. The one of Carl and Steve Urkel presumably arguing in the living room, again, I don't have any attachment to that. The one of DJ riding the dolphin just seems very weird to say, oh, I really like this card. I don't, so I'm just going to automatically throw that one over there. Again, same thing of a picture of the Olsen twins when they're like -1 years old and they're with a dog. I really don't have any sentimental attachment to that. So that basically leaves us once again with either all of the character cards or all of the actor cards. We've already gotten an Urkel card, so that's a no. We've already got an Urkel card. And I'm not particularly attached to John Stamos, either original or, Jesse flavored. So technically, by process of elimination, that leaves Darius Mccrary. But I'm gonna have to go with Gilgatex here. I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. I'm gonna have to go through the discard pile real quick, and I'm gonna bring back half of the Michelle and Comet card, namely just the Comet half of the card, because this could very well be Airbud, and I didn't even know it, and I was joking about it, and I think that is both very cool and also very unfortunate because naturally, of course, we had to cross that. I mean, we didn't cross any bridges. Comet here crossed the Rainbow Bridge, but I'm still cracking fucking jokes. I mean, I'm gonna go down swinging tonight. Basically, is what I'm trying to say here. He's a good boy. He was the best boy. He was the best boy there was. And then if we just use like some of John Stamos' face there, now it's like slightly more tolerable. Now it's John Stamos and the dog. And it's not as creepy because this picture is just inherently creepy for a multitude of reasons. But when you replace it with John, it's like Airbud is looking is like, whoa, is that John Stamos? Is that the acting headshot of John Stamos, Mr. John J. Stamos that I've seen so much on Family Matters, Full House? I mean, the show that I'm also on with some other weird thing that they've trained to act next to me. So that's what we got. Also, Wave Cube, I want pizza. P-I-Z-Z. That's all I remember the Olsen twins for, to be honest. It's just everything they did after Full House was the Gimme Pizza thing, the Mary-Kate and Ashley's Sweet 16 game that we streamed. I found out, by the way, that every time we pick those songs that we play before the stream, if we play Celebrate, the one that I ripped from the Mary-Kate and Ashley game, it will trigger the Content ID system on Twitch. So I have to be careful when I play that one. Doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to play it earlier in the Coming Soon thing, so when it automatically mutes it, it doesn't mute part of the GatorUNbox there you have it. We technically do not have any winners tonight, unfortunately. We already have an Urkel card that we picked out, and I guess on technicality we got the Airbud card down there, but looks like the Laffs let us down this time. We had to make our own Laffs. The Laffs were the friends that we made along the way. So that's gonna do it for Laffs trading cards. I don't know if I have any more left in my collection of my hoarder collection of sealed trading card packs. So I will find something else to put in there to fill that gap, and maybe in the future we'll put more Laffs cards back in there. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Hey, thanks for checking out GatorBox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on GatorBox.